Hey everyone, and welcome back to the NOSR Webs podcast. Don't forget to check out the amazing offers in the links below. You might just discover your next crypto obsession. Today we're diving headfirst into the world of MultiversX.
MultiversX?
Yeah, EGLD, the blockchain protocol that's promising to break the speed limit and maybe even build the on-ramp to the metaverse. Ambitious much.
Well, they certainly aren't lacking in vision, especially considering they used to be known as Elrond. Kind of makes you wonder what's behind the name change, doesn't it? Rebranding. Or revolution, that is the question.
Maybe they just hired a really good marketing team. Just kidding. But seriously, 100,000 transactions per second with almost zero fees. If that's even remotely true, it makes every other blockchain look like a dial-up connection.
It would be groundbreaking, no doubt. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. The crypto world is littered with bold claims that never quite materialize. Our mission today is to separate fact from fiction and see if MultiversX is the real deal or just another hype train about to derail.
Love it. So before we get to the juicy stuff like price predictions, let's break down what makes MultiversX tick. They keep throwing around this term adaptive state sharding. Sounds like something out of Star Trek. Can you translate that into Earthling for us?
Think of it like this. You're on a highway, rush hour, traffic, everything's jammed up. Adaptive state sharding is like suddenly having multiple lanes appear, letting the traffic flow freely again. Instead of one blockchain trying to process everything, they split the workload into separate shards, handling transactions simultaneously. Pretty ingenious, right?
Okay, that actually makes sense. So it's all about dividing and conquering the transaction load. Clever. But what about EGLD, their native token? Is it just another digital beanie baby to collect, or does it have some actual use?
EGLD is definitely more than just a collectible. Think of it as the lifeblood of the MultiversX ecosystem. It covers transaction fees, powers staking, gives you a voice in governance, and even lets you buy stuff within the network. And with a fixed supply of 31,415,926 EGLD and about 27.6 million already in circulation, that scarcity could make it pretty valuable down the road.
Scarcity, the magic word for any crypto investor. But let's get real for a second. How do we know this whole thing isn't just smoke and mirrors?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? But luckily, there are a few key factors we can look at to gauge MultiversX's credibility.
All right, hit me with those factors. What sets this project apart from the sea of crypto hopefuls?
First, we've got to assess the tech and innovation. We've already touched on adaptive state sharding, and that alone is a potential game changer for scalability. It puts MultiversX leagues ahead of many other blockchains struggling with sluggish transactions and sky-high fees.
So they're actually walking the walk, not just talking a big game.
Exactly. Now let's take a peek at market performance. As of today, December 5th, 2024, EGLD is sitting pretty at around $56.65 with market cap of roughly $1.56 billion. That puts it at number 85 in the crypto rankings. It's shown some resilience bouncing back from those inevitable dips, which hints at growth potential. Of course, crypto is a wild ride, so buckle up.
Volatility, the roller coaster we all know and love, or sometimes hate. But it's good to see EGLD holding its own call. What else should we be paying attention to?
Well, a strong community and a buzzing ecosystem are essential ingredients for any blockchain success. And MultiversX seems to have that recipe down. They've cultivated a vibrant community of developers and users, motivating them to build on the platform and contribute to its growth. That kind of energy is a really positive sign.
It's like a snowball effect, right? The more people on board, the faster it grows. But let's not forget about the legal stuff. Are they playing by the rules?
From what we've gathered, MultiversX seems to be in good standing with the regulators, which definitely adds to their credibility. Plus, the founders have a solid reputation in the blockchain world, having been involved with reputable projects in the past. So there's a sense of trust and transparency surrounding the project.
Transparency is like gold dust in the crypto world. You never know what's lurking in those dark corners. Okay, last but not least, what about partnerships? Are they teaming up with anyone interesting?
They've been busy bees on that front. MultiversX has formed some pretty strategic partnerships that are expanding its reach and utility. Think of these collaborations as bridges connecting MultiversX to other key players in the blockchain space and opening up some seriously exciting possibilities.
So they're building a network, not just a platform. Smart move collaborations are the name of the game these days.
Yeah.
But now let's get to the part everyone's been waiting for, those crystal ball predictions. What are the experts saying about the future value of EGLD?
Ah, yes, predicting the future of crypto. If only we had that magic 8-ball. In the short term, analysts are eyeing a target price of around $60 for EGLD, with a buy-in point around $52 to manage risk. If it can break through that resistance level at $53.75, we might see some serious upward momentum.
Short-term gains with a side of caution. Got it. What about the long game?
Now that's where things get interesting. There's a growing buzz around layer 1 blockchains like MultiversX, and if that trend continues, EGLD could be in for some serious price appreciation. We might even see it hitting new all-time highs in the coming years.
New all-time highs. Music to a crypto investor's ears. But let's not get carried away just yet. Remember that volatility we talked about.
You're absolutely right. As much as we love those green candles, the crypto market is known for its unpredictable mood swings. Price predictions can change faster than you can say blockchain, based on market sentiment regulations, or even a single tweet from a certain someone. It's always crucial to know the risks and never invest more than you can afford to lose.
Words of wisdom. So we've covered a lot of ground, the tech, the token, the legitimacy, and even some tempting price predictions. But I'm dying to know your expert take on the overall potential of MultiversX. Is this a true game changer, a solid investment, or is it still too early to call?
That's a great question, and one that deserves a well-thought-out answer. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned and consider the bigger picture.
Sounds like the perfect time to let our listeners catch their breath and digest all this info. We'll be right back with the expert's verdict and some more fascinating insights into MultiversX. Don't go anywhere. All right, we're back. Ready for the expert's take on MultiversX? Drum roll, please.
Okay, here's the thing. What's truly fascinating about MultiversX is that they're not just aiming to be faster or cheaper. They're trying to tackle those fundamental blockchain limitations that have been holding us back. If they actually pull this off, it could completely revolutionize how we build and use decentralized applications.
Right, now we're talking revolutions, paradigm shifts. That's what gets me pumped.
Yeah.
But you said if they can deliver, what are some of the roadblocks they might hit?
Well, any ambitious project like this faces its fair share of challenges. One of the big ones is adoption. For MultiversX to truly thrive, they need a critical mass of developers building those killer apps and users actually using them. It's a bit of a chicken and egg situation.
So they have to build it A and D, convince the world to come. It sounds like a tough gig.
It is, but the MultiversX team seems to get that, and they're putting in the work. They're offering incentives to developers, partnering with big players in the industry, and building a strong community around the project. Those are definitely steps in the right direction.
Fingers crossed they can make it happen. Okay, enough about the future for now. Let's get back to those price predictions. We teased some short-term and long-term outlooks, but I'm ready for the numbers. Give us the juicy details.
All right, let's dive into those forecasts. But remember, these are just predictions based on different analyses, so take them with a grain of salt or maybe a whole shaker. First up, we have Switcher.com predicting an average EGLD price of around $60.08 by early 2025, with a potential high of $68.66.
Not too shabby for a couple of years out. What else have we got?
PricePrediction.net is a bit more cautious forecasting, an average price of $43.08 for 2025, reaching up to $48.07. But then they get a bit more optimistic for 2026, predicting an average of $66.08 with a possible high of $74.
So mixed signals so far. Some bullish, some playing it safe. Who else is throwing their predictions into the ring?
Well, digital coin price is feeling a bit more bullish, predicting an average price of $59.04 for 2025 and a whopping $84 for 2026. They even think EGLD could hit a maximum of $62 and $2 in 2025 and $87 in 2026. Someone's feeling optimistic.
Wow, those are some impressive numbers. Starting to feel that FOMO tingling already. But wait, we've got one more source to check in with, right?
Yes. Crypto News Z, always the optimist, is forecasting an average price of $54 for 2025 with a maximum of $78.09. And for 2026, they're predicting an average of $90.07 with the potential to reach a mind-blowing $121.08. To the moon.
Okay, so we've got a whole spectrum of predictions, from cautiously optimistic to strap yourself in, we're going to the moon. It's pretty clear there's a lot of excitement surrounding EGLD, but as always, do your own research and don't let the hype cloud your judgment.
Couldn't agree more. Now, those were predictions for the next couple of years, but what about the long game, the set it and forget it outlook? What do those crystal balls say about EGLD in, say, 2030?
Long-term forecasting, that's where the real fun begins. What kind of future are these experts envisioning for MultiversX and its precious EGLD?
Well, for 2030, digital coin price predicts an average price of $169.01 for EGLD. Not bad for a long-term hold. But PricePrediction.net takes it up a notch, suggesting an average of $295 with a maximum of $331.09. And of course, Crypto News Z, never one to shy away from big numbers, forecasts an average of $310.04 and a maximum of $366 for 2030.
Oh, so if these predictions are even remotely accurate, we're talking about some serious potential for growth. but I have a feeling you're about to throw a butt into the mix.
You know me too well. As much as we'd love to see those green candles shooting to the moon, the crypto market is like a wild animal.
Yeah.
It's unpredictable, it does its own thing, and it doesn't care about your feelings. There are countless factors that could impact EGLD's price over the next few years, from technological advancements and those pesky regulatory changes to overall market sentiment and even global events that no one saw coming.
Right, that black swan event that throws everything into chaos. So while it's fun to daydream about those Lambos and private islands, we shouldn't base our life savings on price predictions alone.
Got it. So we've explored the tech, the market, and those tantalizing price predictions. But I still want to hear your expert opinion. What's your gut feeling about MultiversX?
Honestly, it's hard not to be impressed. They've got innovative technology, an experienced team, and a passionate community. They're tackling real issues in the blockchain space. And if they can actually deliver on their vision, MultiversX could become a major force in the decentralized world.
So it's a project worth keeping an eye on, even if there are still some question marks.
Absolutely. It's still relatively early in the game for MultiversX, but the potential is definitely there. If they continue to innovate, build those all-important partnerships, and attract a wider user base, EGLD could be a very valuable asset in the years to come. All right, I'm feeling much more informed about MultiversX and EGLD now, but before we move on, I want to touch on something you hinted at earlier, the metaverse. How does MultiversX fit into that whole evolving landscape?
The metaverse, the buzzword that just won't quit. And for good reason. It represents a whole new way of interacting with the digital world. And MultiversX is positioning itself as a key infrastructure layer for this emerging metaverse.
Okay, break it down for us. How exactly does MultiversX contribute to the metaverse?
Well, the metaverse, as we're envisioning it, is going to require a massive amount of processing power, data storage, and seamless interaction between different virtual worlds. Multiverse, with its scalability and low transaction costs, could provide the foundation for a truly decentralized and interconnected metaverse.
So picture a vast network of interconnected virtual worlds, all powered by the MultiversX blockchain. It's kind of mind-blowing, right?
Yeah.
But how does that translate into things we can actually use? What kind of experiences could we see built on MultiversX?
The possibilities are endless. Imagine immersive gaming experiences where you actually own your in-game assets and can trade them freely across different virtual worlds. Think virtual marketplaces where artists, musicians, and creators can sell their digital work directly to fans without those pesky intermediaries. We might even see entirely new forms of entertainment and social interaction emerging within the metaverse.
Wow, it sounds like MultiversX could be the key to unlocking a whole new digital reality. But let's bring it back down to earth for a moment. What are some specific projects or applications that are already being built on the MultiversX platform? Okay, so we're talking real-world applications, not just metaverse fantasies. Lay it on us.
One project that stands out is Meliar, a decentralized exchange built right on the MultiversX platform. It's like a crypto trading playground where users can swap tokens, provide liquidity, and even earn some sweet rewards. All within a secure and user-friendly interface, of course.
So it's like a decentralized Robinhood, but for crypto savvy.
You got it. Meliar puts the power back in the hands of the users, cutting out those middlemen and giving you complete control over your assets. And then there's Elrond DeFi, a suite of decentralized finance applications that leverage MultiversX's speed and security. Think lending, borrowing, yield farming, all those juicy DeFi opportunities, but on the MultiversX ecosystem.
DeFi on MultiversX, the plot thickens. Sounds like there's a whole world of possibilities for investors and developers alike. Anything else has caught your eye?
Oh, absolutely. There's Xportal, a super app that's aiming to be the one-stop shop for all things Web3. It's got a secure digital wallet access to all those cool dApps, and even a social layer that connects you with other users in the MultiversX ecosystem.
So they're creating a whole ecosystem within an ecosystem. Inception blockchain style. It's pretty impressive how much they've accomplished in such a short time. But with all this talk of the future and the metaverse, it's easy to get swept up in the hype.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to someone who's thinking about investing in EGLD or dipping their toes into the MultiversX pool?
That's a great question. First and foremost, do your own research. Don't just take our word for it. Dive deep into their white paper, explore their website, and join their community forums. Get to know the technology, the team, and the vision behind MultiversX. Knowledge is power.
So don't just blindly follow the hype train. Due diligence is key.
Exactly. Second, remember that the crypto market is a roller coaster. It's thrilling, it's exciting, but it can also make you want to hurl. Investing in EGLD or any cryptocurrency comes with risks. Never invest more than you can afford to lose, and be prepared for those price swings. They're part of the fun.
Words to live by. Anything else you want to add before we wrap up this epic deep dive into MultiversX?
Just this. The world of blockchain and the metaverse is a constantly evolving landscape. MultiversX is definitely pushing the boundaries of what's possible, and it's going to be fascinating to watch their journey unfold. Whether you're a crypto veteran or just starting to explore this wild world, Multiverse is definitely worth keeping an eye on.
All right, there you have it. A deep dive into the MultiversX universe, from their innovative technology and impressive market performance to their potential role in shaping the future of decentralized applications and the metaverse. But before we sign off, I have one final thought-provoking question for our listeners. If MultiversX truly delivers on those promises of scalability, security, and accessibility, how could it reshape the world of decentralized applications and the metaverse? It's a question worth pondering as we navigate this exciting new frontier of technology.
Indeed, we could be talking about a massive shift in power from those centralized giants to a more distributed and user-centric model. The implications for everything from finance and gaming to art and even how we interact with each other are immense.
It's like we're on the verge of a digital renaissance, and MultiversX could be leading the charge. Well, folks, we've reached the end of our deep dive into MultiversX. Hopefully, you're feeling as energized and intrigued as we are. But remember, always do your own research before making any financial decisions. And don't forget to check out the amazing offers in the links below. You might just discover your next crypto obsession.
And never forget to manage those risks.
Or couldn't have said it better myself. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep your eyes on the horizon. The future of blockchain and the metaverse is just getting started, and who knows, maybe MultiversX will be right at the heart of it all. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and we'll catch you in the next episode of the NOSR Webs podcast.